Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we are taking a look at Nomonyx Dominicus by Jan Langer. Okay, so it's an analog wavetable synth. So Jan Langer, or Dirty Duck. This is capable of some very interesting things, including true polyphonic glide. Now you might say, polyphonic glide, but no, this is true polyphonic glide. This is independent glide over each of the three oscillators, which is really cool. So we have a global filter, 3 oscillators, 3 pages of oscillators here, a combination high pass filter, combine. I've got some glide going on here. You see on oscillator 1, different time on oscillator 2, and a different time on oscillator 3. That's true polyphonic glide. That's rare. Okay, so the filter is a low pass with key tracking, character, and then we have a filter envelope here and an amp envelope. So you can really get some unique sounds from this. What's interesting as well is also all the envelopes you have here, all of them, including the oscillator envelopes as well. So I think in total there's about 8 envelopes. They can be free running, or you can loop them. So effectively they become an LFO. You also have an LFO for each of the oscillators as well, so independent. So this is oscillator 3. If we turn down oscillator 2 and 1 and listen to oscillator 3 on its own. Now this is the oscillator itself, right? So you can pan it. So it's nice if you have one set in the center and then you spread the other 2 out. You have width control here. And pulse. Pitch. If we take the glide off, double tap to reset. Detune. Now you might notice it's still, it's still gliding. It's not actually gliding. If we go into pitch, if we go into oscillator envelopes and number 3, you'll see that I have some pitch envelope applied. We'll just reset this, take the attack down. So you have pitch envelope for each of the oscillators, and they can also be synced as well. So they're also like, can be like an LFO. So let's see what we can do. So let's give it some pitch. It's going to be very fast. So let's set this to say 1/8. And this is, again, independent of each oscillator. Let's reset this, take it down. Now, if we listen to the glide on the actual... Now I'm polyphonic on oscillator 3, so I'm only using oscillator 3 because you can see I've got the volume turned down on 1 and 2. So and I've got 4 voices running, I can have up to 16 voices of polyphony. And the glide can be very long. Now, again, remember, this is just one oscillator now we're hearing. If we bring in oscillator 1 now, here, take its pitch down, and go into oscillator 1's pitch control. And we'll set the actual, just the envelope, the oscillator envelope. Detune it a little bit. Now, Nomonyx Dominicus, it's hard to say that, is Nomonyx Dominicus doesn't have any effects. So because we like effects, I'm going to put some reverb on. And that's a free reverb from Audio Kit. Oh, by the way, the price of this is £12.99p. There is another version which is £4.49, but it only has 1 oscillator. Strange thing is, I can't find any way to save a patch inside the actual. There's quite a few presets, but inside the actual synth, I can't find a way to save the patch. However, I can save it inside here. You see, I've already made a couple there. So oscillator 2 is in center. So we've got quite a wide spread. Now, if we detune as well, let's take this down to 8. Actually, let's take the glide from 2 off. And we'll put the glide slightly different on each of the oscillators 1 and 3. Play a big C. So some very interesting sounds you can mess around with. Let me just do an Init. So here we go. Let's do it from an Init. Maybe I had a setting or something. So oscillator 2. This is so weird. Oh, because the volume's down, you idiot. Is that number 3 we're hearing? Number 1. Right. Okay. Oscillator 2. Let's have this loop as well. Of course, you can also apply Some delay as well. Okay, so you see you can build some interesting sounds. It's like you can build sounds that you can't build with anything else, which makes it quite interesting. Especially when you start detune stuff and now you do have LFO as well for each oscillator. And a shape. And again, they're completely separate. Pitch for each oscillator. The looping envelopes are really cool. So cycling envelopes. So they're like a bit like Microfreak. Okay, I'll finish off by just doing a few patch preset demos. You see it's mono, it'll be just one note, of course. If you enjoyed the video, by the way, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, please consider becoming a Patreon. I'll mute the mic so we can listen to a few patches for a few minutes. So you can get some really, really interesting sounds, especially when you start playing with the pitch envelopes. So we have page 1, 2. If you want something with true polyphonic light, this is the one. Do you know what it reminds me of? A CS80. If you really started to dig into the pitch envelope, you could create some very, very clever sounds with this that you can't really do with anything else. Would it been a wavetable as well? Don't forget the effects aren't included, but it's always nice with a bit of reverb. What's this for? Maybe 1. That's a cool sound. Guys, there you go. I'm going to go. Thanks very much for watching. That's Nomonyx Dominicus. I think there's about 9 pages of presets, maybe. But you're going to have more fun messing around with the pitch stuff. Is really cool. The polyphonic glide's really interesting. Epic. No, let's see if I can say it properly. Nomonyx Dominicus. Thanks very much, gang. I'll see you later. Hurrah.